guys, what's
Forget
up?
about it.
Welcome to Infinity Times Infinity Studios Live. We're coming at you in your own living space or wherever you're at these days.
Your phone, most likely, but, you know, probably your iPad or, you know, out in the middle of a field with some kind of a sat phone sort of a thing, if you're an Elon Musk kind of person.
Yeah, maybe you're sitting at your desk in your office and you're just bored. And you're just way bored. It's Friday night.
Yeah, but you're not bored anymore because you have Infinity Times Infinity Studios.
And you have a whole weekend to yourself.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Internet.
So today we are excited because we're going to do a wireless guitar system shootout.
Yeah, you come here for all the shootouts. I know how all of you work and how interested you are to hear our shootouts.
Yeah.
I'm adding a little gain to my voice here. I feel like I'm pretty quiet. I'm going to add a little bit to yours too.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see how this works. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds a little better.
Okay. So we have 3 different wireless guitar systems here, all of which are under $40, right?
No.
Or
the
no?
Xvive U2 was the expensive one.
Oh, how much was it?
$100, I think, or
Oh, it was 100.
something like that.
Oh, I thought we was under $40. Okay, so this is
2 out of 3 are.
2 out of 3 are.
Let me see what the Xvive U2 runs.
Well, anyway, wireless guitar systems in the past are usually hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So what we have here are 3 options, and we are going to test each one.
Now they're up to $154 for a pair of Xvive Audio U2s.
104?
$154.
154. Oh, snap. Okay, so 150 and under. But really, 2 of them are under 40.
Really, it's how does 150 compare to a couple of 3750 units?
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't realize that one was 150.
I don't think it used to be. I think it was like a 129, 119 or 129 for a long time. I think I got mine for 99.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a special or if I got a 20% off sort of thing or what, but
right.
I don't think you can really get them for 99 anymore, it appears. It looks like it's a 150 deal now.
Well, maybe the company's going up in value. It's either that or inflation.
Well, they added another product, you know. They added the one that connects to a microphone, so that seems pretty cool. Maybe that increased the confidence in their company or their products somehow.
Right. So wireless microphone. I mean, all of these options are way cheaper than what it was in the past. I know that, like, you know, you get these wireless transmitters and receivers, and they're like 300, 600, like, and up, really, like back in the day anyway. Yeah,
the first ones that were out, and they weren't very good. They were plagued with signal quality issues.
Yeah.
They had, like, a much different sound to the guitar.
Right.
You know? So it sounded like a transistor version of a guitar coming through those early transmitters. And we don't have any of those, unfortunately, to kind of demonstrate the difference, but it's come a long way.
Right. And if you look at these are tiny. They're super small. Like, before they had these, like, kind of big packs that you had to, like, strap onto your strap and whatnot. And, like, these things just, like, hang off, and they barely weigh anything.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's tell them what brands we have here.
Yeah. So, like we said, the expensive one is the Xvive U2 that he was just holding up there.
This guy. I try not to look at you sometimes.
Right. Close your eyes. Close your eyes, dear. So that's the expensive one, and then the 2 contenders that are $37 and $39, I believe, respectively, are the VSN.
Which is this one.
And that's also known as a Rowan, apparently. So maybe VSN and Rowan are the same company.
Yep.
Or they're coming from the same Chinese factory
you guys
anyway.
Closer. There we go. See this thing? Try not to look. I will explode if I look.
Yeah, it's showing. You did good. You sufficiently hid your face.
I got it. Okay, so then the other one is...
The other one's the JOYO. I think we mentioned last time, right? Yeah, we mentioned the JOYO last time.
We had this one last time.
Yeah, we were rocking on that one.
There it is.
So we'll probably start with that one this time, and then move on to the other cheap one, and then the Xvive, I suppose.
Okay.
Right? How should we format that? I hadn't really thought about the order or anything.
The order of operations?
Well, I guess my thought process is ending with the expensive one should mean that we immediately hear that's way better, when we go from the two that aren't expensive to the really expensive one.
Right. So you guys out there can tell us what you think about the sound coming through the stream.
Yeah.
So...
What do you think about that there?
What do you think about that right there?
I'll tell you what about it. Forget about it, huh?
Forget about it.
That's what you think about that.
So, let's see. In the last stream, I actually went all the way to the whisper room with the JOYO.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do something like that.
It worked.
We could see if the other two do the same.
I mean, I imagine they will, to be quite frank, because I believe the JOYO is the weak link. But we shall see.
Okay.
We shall see.
So let's start with the JOYO. If we think that's the weak link.
Okay, we're on standby over here on the amp, so I'll turn on the receiver.
Okay. Let me get the guitar. Let's see, can you guys see this?
Okay. Yeah.
You
got a tuna fish on there? You got a tuna salad sandwich on there for yourself right there. I don't see the tuna. Oh, it's on your other guitar, your bass guitar behind you here. Here's your tuna fish.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're talking to each other. But I'm on standby over here, of course, while you tune-ish.
There's not a tuna guitar out there?
Anyone out there help us with the tuning?
Can you guys tell me how to
tuning aspect?
Type in the chat if you know how to tune a guitar.
You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish.
You got a pick over there?
Yeah, I have one of my famous made out of a credit card or a room key, an old room key or a credit card.
You guys ever make picks on your own? This is a old credit card or room key, yeah. La Quinta.
I did that with a cool little thing I have called the pick punch. Should we have a bonus product that I show?
Pick punch?
I'll go get the pick punch and show it to them. That's how that pick was made.
Let me see here. I don't know if you guys can see the receiver here. Okay. I'll stand up so that you guys can see the receiver. Will it look weird if I'm standing up so they can see the receiver?
Nope. That's what all guitar channels have, a dude with his head cut off in a guitar. So yeah, on my quadrant, check out the pick punch there.
Pick puncher.
It looks like a stapler kind of. Let's see. You punch your picks.
Punch them in the face.
Right. It's got the pick-shaped thing at the bottom of it there. So that's the pick punch. That's where this pick came from. You're welcome, Internet. Now you don't have to purchase your expensive picks at your retail outlets, but rather you can make picks with all other objects that you have around.
Okay. I should probably turn this thing on, huh?
Yeah, and I'll turn this on.
See this? Y'all seeing it? That's why my eyeballs aren't in there.
Yeah.
That's why my eyeballs.
Yeah, they see it. They see a cool blue glow in there, actually.
Ooh.
It's like you have an alien attached to your guitar.
Cool. Okay, so that's what happens when it's paired. There's actually a button on here that you can press to pair it with, but it's already been done. The JOYO.
Yeah, I think I hear a little something in there, honestly.
A little something?
Yeah, like string? In between the jangly tones of the strings, there was like a garbly hiss, I think.
Yeah. Can y'all hear that?
Oh yeah, there's definitely something going a little bit bad.
Something weird in there?
It's just like it's almost like it's just like white noise almost that's being created.
White noise?
Maybe because of the, oh, you know what? You need to get out from in between the, that and stuff that's transmitting to it.
Oh.
This here. The Sling Studio Hub, it's operating on 2.4 gigahertz wireless frequency. And these all operate on 2.4 gigahertz wireless frequency.
Okay, let's see.
So,
come out over here. I'll be in quadrant 3. Is this far enough away?
Well, I think the sound is still there. Yeah, it's definitely still there. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, now try it somewhere else, right? Try it, let's see, where there's no, I guess you can't get out of the way of transmission. There's transmission from all angles in here, except for where the vocal booth is.
Yeah.
But then still you're crossing over a transmission from here. Oh, no, you're not.
So try the
or are you?
Vocal booth?
Let's see, it's right here. So you should be free of all that stuff by right there, right? You have the direct line now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still doing it though. It's definitely still doing it. Okay, so there's the JOYO.
There's the JOYO.
I wonder what single notes are like.
Okay, anyway.
Single notes were a little better. There wasn't quite as much of a noise there, from what I could tell.
Okay. Off-ski. The next one we're going to do is the VSN.
Okay.
And so everybody give a big round of applause to the JOYO.
Good job.
If you guys like that one, give it a thumbs up.
Good job. Okay. Just push the power button.
Okay. This thing has a giant power button. I'm going to just show you. Look at this thing.
Yeah. It's a big one.
Let's push it. Ooh, I like the lights, boy. That's cool. It's blinking at me.
Red?
Okay, it's good.
Red?
I think it's
good. Okay.
Let's try her out. Okay. And I'll do the same song just so that you guys can hear what it sounds like. Ready?
Okay, ready. Yeah, this time I hear something in the... Yeah, I think that was a little better.
It sounds cleaner.
I think it was, yeah, there was less of that garble in between strum pattern, and certainly the clean single notes were quite clean.
Right.
I believe that was better than the JOYO.
I think so too. Okay, so I'm going to play it from over here. Just
Right, same spot, right? Let's do the same sort of thing where we get out of the perhaps the wireless signal interference potential there.
Right. Okay, ready?
Wow, I wonder if that'll be audibly different detectability there in the stream.
Right.
Could you tell a difference in the room?
I could tell a difference in the room. Like
I think I could tell a little bit of difference.
When you said that there was like some type of white noise, like I could definitely like feel like a fuzziness.
You could sense it. It wasn't really all that audible in the room. I'm listening to a soloed mic on the amp to hear the fuzz more than in the room.
Yeah.
But I bet you could feel it in your play maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Could you feel the fuzziness maybe?
It was mostly hearing it. Like
it was just a little bit of the hearing there.
Hearing it, yeah. Compared to this one
yeah, I think this one was pretty clear.
Okay, so give a thumbs up for this one.
Okay, let me.
In the
Whoops,
stream.
that was the wrong switch.
Let's see, did I turn you off?
I turned it off. It's just one single click to turn it off.
One single click to turn it off, y'all. VSN, I like it. I mean,
yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Under 40, that thing's solid.
I think it was pretty good.
Okay, now the Xvive U2, the $150 boy.
That better be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, come on.
I'm looking at it. Here. Let's go up. Okay, so there's a couple of different things here. Let's see if I can get... Yeah, there's focus. Okay, it has channel on the side and then the on switch. Oh,
so it's channel switchable.
So it has multiple channels.
So that's what we should have done when we had the JOYO and Xvive on at the same time. We should have switched the channel on the Xvive.
Yeah, which...
Then we would have been able to probably run them both.
It definitely adds
value. We can run them all three. By switching channels on the Xvive as needed, and then then they all might do. All right.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be fun to do a stream where we switch some things around and we all had guitars, or we both.
Well, yeah, Derek's the bassist, and me and you play guitar.
Yeah.
Of course, we either can play bass too, and you can play guitar for that matter.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I just turned it on. It has a little bit. It has an LED. It's just red. It's simple.
Yeah.
No big
and
deal.
The receiver has a blue and a red one that are both on.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and test this guy out. We'll do the same song again. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Go.
Now that is about as great of a comparison as you'll ever hear he played it exactly the same way each of the times. That's pretty much the best we can do to give you apples to apples, because it's through the same amp and it's in the same places with the same tune, same progression.
Okay, let's do it. Ready?
So that is very interesting indeed. That is very interesting indeed.
So that was the Xvive.
Yeah.
U2.
Yeah, like we're like late 80s, early 90s, right?
Yeah.
I'm Bono and you're the Edge, apparently. Because this is the Xvive U2.
Well, the streets have no name.
Yeah, yeah. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. So,
okay. So,
what do you think about that one compared to the VSN? Could you detect a difference?
So that one, I feel like sound-wise was almost between the JOYO and the VSN.
Really?
And I like the VSN better for whatever reason.
Yeah, interestingly, I feel like when I soloed it, the VSN sounded a little more saturated, a little more wet, I guess. I'm not sure why. It's not like there's any reverb or anything, any difference.
Right.
But I think it's a saturation thing. Like maybe there's an actual volume, raw volume. Maybe they're a little louder.
Could be.
They're the biggest of the three, right? I mean, if we show the size of them compared to one another, right, the JOYO and the Xvive are about the same size, and then right, the VSN's bigger. So
up here. So right next to each other. Come on, dude. What's going on? Focus, dude. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, so this is the size of each one. I mean,
so these two are pretty much...
This thing's huge.
Yeah, it's bigger. But, you know, how much difference does that really make, you know?
It's not that much bigger.
No one could even probably tell the difference hardly, you know? It's like almost undetectably different, like in use. Clearly it's bigger, it's a little heavier, I would say. But honestly, in soloing them, I did detect better accuracy out of the Xvive.
Better accuracy?
Better accuracy.
Okay.
Specifically in a mid-range area. I guess kind of like a high-mid, you know?
Yeah.
Like 3 to 4K, 5K-ish.
Yeah.
Once we're getting into the treble range.
Right.
There was like a little bit more of a bell tone to the single note plucks with the Xvive.
Oh, okay.
But it was a richer tone with the VSN.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
And like you said, like it's the Xvive almost sounded quality-wise in between the two.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of volume, just raw volume.
Just volume. Because
things that are louder sound better because of the Fletcher-Munson effect. You ever heard of the Fletcher-Munson?
You tell
I've probably
me about
mentioned,
this.
But I'm a broken record.
Go ahead and tell everybody else about this.
I'm sorry, I continue to say the same things, but the thing about judging something like this is that if they're not exactly the same volume, it's very difficult to say which one you could possibly be preferring, other than the one that sounds louder is the one that you'll generally be preferring.
Right, and all of these don't have a volume or whatever.
No, they don't. They're just on and off.
Or just
so.
Like whatever the signal, I guess different signals will sound.
Yeah,
different.
their preamps volume is what determines the volume going into the amp. You know, so
right.
I think that probably what we have here is a case of a too weak of a preamp in the JOYO, a strong S preamp that's not quite as high resolution in the VSN,
right?
And then one in between with the Xvive. Maybe they decided that they wanted something in between the lowest and highest kind of potential range there.
Yeah.
For the sonic accuracy or something.
Right.
Because it's what, 5 times the price?
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
That's a lot, but it also has 4 channels to it. So
yeah, but you know, the old one of these VSN or JOYO units used to have a channel button on them too.
Yeah.
And I think that these, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some button holding sequence to change channels with each of the ones that don't have a channel button on them. Mm-hmm. Because you held it down to pair it. You held down the VSN.
Yeah.
You just, instead of just pushing it on to turn it on, you held it down for like a second on this one and a second on that one, and they paired the first time.
Right.
So that's another interesting difference. Like, these weren't paired out of the box, and the other two were.
Yeah.
But it didn't really matter much because I just held the button down for a second on each one, and they were, so.
Right. It probably is good to just, like, pair them again if you're just like getting them or whatever. Just
well, either they're paired or they're not. You know, you turn them on and the lights stay flashing or they go solid.
Yeah. And
you'll know because there won't be any sound coming out if they're not paired.
Yeah. So the lights will tell you.
The lights will tell you, and don't freak out. Don't panic. It's okay.
Yeah. And sometimes with technology, you just got to turn things off, turn it back on, and repair things and pair things. Whatever you can do. Especially like Bluetooth and radio pairing of these sort of 2.4 gigahertz wireless sort of transmitters. They pretty reliable, but sometimes they need just that reboot that he's talking about, or the repair. Right. Now, when you're finding wireless guitar systems, if they're not 2.4 gigahertz, more likely they're going to be more like $300, like higher. Tend to be a lot more expensive. Yeah, the ones that go up to the 5 gigahertz. Yeah. Or the ones that will do tri-band. Yeah, tri-band and like radio signals. And that sort of stuff. Yeah, like different signals. Just like we were dealing with mic packs for videography, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same sort of thing. Like, that's why you eventually went to the high-end Sennheiser or Sony or maybe one of each or something. I did Sony because less people use Sonys. Yeah, so it's more likely to be a free band. Right. But it also sounds great. I mean, I think we've demoed it in this stream, and it sounded amazing. We've used it, yeah. And then we've also used the Movo ones, which worked really well for freaking how... Yeah, it's a similar comparison to this, really, right? Because, I think the Sony one's like $500-600, and I think the Movo was like $60. Yeah. Well, more like 100 probably. 100, so, but like a fifth of it. Just like these are a fifth of this. When I first started doing videography, I grabbed a pair of some type of wireless system that was kind of like that, like $100 or whatever, and it did not work whatsoever. So they've come a long way with technology for sure. Like, the cheap one was unusable. Yeah, the cheap one was unusable. It was like, do not get anything under $300. Like, you'll be in a nightmarish situation trying to use this in real world situations. Right. So, if you're at a wedding and the bride is speaking or something, saying I do, and it cuts out, it's like, come on. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do some Foley afterwards or what? These smell good. Nah. No, but we honestly do have backup audio recordings often. So we always have a microphone hidden somewhere. We joke about it, but we probably have actually done that at times to save an audio or something, or just to add, like, if you hear, sometimes they'll whisper something to each other right before the vows. It's just really heartfelt and amazing if you can capture it. Sure. We've gotten some of those moments by having an extra mic or something, I think, at times. So yeah. And the software out there to correct audio right now is insane compared to when it was. It's gotten so good, man, compared to even just 5-6 years ago when we were doing it heavy. I mean, yeah. So even Premiere Pro has an audio what's it called? Audio repair tools or audio. Yeah, they now have audio repair tools that are pretty good. They have a denoise
module sort of a thing, right?
Yeah, it's like sound whatever, and
sound
then
repair.
sound repair or whatever, and then Dan has the isotope, right?
Yeah, the isotope stuff. The RX-7 is the repair.
We should show people how to repair some stuff in the future. That's
true. You know, we talk about doing software stuff, and we never really mention stuff like the isotope. You know, we really quite a lot have to use that. Well, we don't have to. It just kind of polishes things up a little bit if you just lightly. You have to be very judicious about any of this stuff. You know, you overdo it, it's very detectable. It sounds bad.
Tinny.
You start to create some
type of wind tunnel.
Yeah, it's bad. You know, the sort of sound that you can create becomes very digital and ice picky, and you know, it's all those terms that we use that are buzzwords that mean the bad stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Versus all the good terms like warm and inviting and saturated and high fidelity, hi-fi. You know, all the good terms for good sounding.
Yeah. And I really didn't get into like the really good sound until I started hanging out with Dan over here. He's like showing me the way.
Yeah, man. I mean, he just set up his microphone exactly how it needed to be before this broadcast. It brought a tear of joy to my eye because we've now really taught each other. Like these cameras were set up by both of us this time rather than just Master Phil as it used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be like basically incapable of setting up a shot, so you know, we both have just super gained from having had each other's experience around here, and that's why we're trying to pass it on to you, our lovely viewers at Infinity Times Infinity Studios,
right? So
because knowledge is power, and you know, we want to share our power with you.
For sure. I mean, we want to bring you guys value. Like, if you guys have things that you want to learn, like, put them in the comments. I mean, sometimes we're sitting around, we're like, what are we going to stream? You know, whatever, you know, like, so just
honestly, we have a huge ledger of stuff right now to show you, but there's always how exactly we're going to show it to you, right? So that's really the most relevant aspect rather than, oh, we have this piece of equipment. It's more like, what do you do with this piece of equipment? Why do you have it over the other stuff you might have? You know,
right.
So if we can bring the content to you like that, that's how we like to do it, over just, you know, nothing. Like it often is, right? So hopefully this one was a good one. Y'all got to hear 3 transmitters really back to back with exactly the same input every single time. I mean, that was much more consistent than our head speakers demo in terms of its audio. Actually, the part 3. We kind of cleaned it up and made it consistent like this.
So it's kind of like how our stream started, like a little rough, you know, and then it started getting better and better as we started doing it more.
Man. Yeah, and honestly, like we've just left it all up there for y'all to see. So if you want a good laugh, go look at our early stuff and you can laugh at it. It made me feel good though, because there's a cool show that I like to watch, the JHS pedal show on YouTube. I think it's just called the JHS show. But it's the pedal company JHS that does a YouTube channel just like this, and sometimes theirs doesn't go perfectly, just like sometimes ours doesn't go perfectly, right? Imagine that. When it's a live stream, live shit means that whatever's happening is what's going to be put on the stream, you know? There's no second chances.
It doesn't get more real than live stream.
It doesn't get more real than a live stream. And we respect all of you colleagues of ours who do this stuff, you know? Now we realize what it is involved in this. And we aspire to be like a JHS show. And, you know, we're kind of combining elements of several different concepts we've seen on YouTube for this thing, right? We also saw a thing called Audio Tree that was very inspirational early on, that kind of had some musical acts playing and some cool atmosphere and environment to look at while you're listening to them and stuff. So
yeah, I would like to thank, you know, our Twitchers and our YouTubers out there, and you know, the Twitch crews that are, you know, up late just jamming it out, you know, like what is that, Glow Stick Willie? And
word to our Glow Stick Willie crew, word to our people on Twitch, our Twitch music people. You know, like we've talked about several times, we're not a strictly playing music live and taking requests kind of a channel here, but we do generally play some kind of music on the stream, as we did this time. So, you know, we're trying to put it out there for all of y'all, man. We simulcast this over Twitch and YouTube at the same time to try to reach a maximum amount of audience width and breadth out there. So y'all go check them out, man. If you've been on the YouTube, then go to the Twitch. If you don't been on the Twitch, then go to that YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Smash that like button.
Smash that subscribe and thumb us
Ding
up.
dong that bell.
Really helps that algorithm, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Clicky clicky. Okay, that's it's just like just
do that.
If you can touch your keyboard, just I mean,
and if you don't like it, just click it 3 times, and that's 3 times the hit, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm gonna play us out of here.
Yeehaw!
I don't have any transmitters on. What's in there?
And the amp's not on, and the receiver's not on.
Okay, I'll just play.
Just acoustic. He's gonna acoustic on his electric for us, y'all.
Infinity times Infinity Studios.